Mr Deputy Speaker, I rise in support of this bill. I think it introduces a number of crucial safeguards for residents whilst reforming the building safety system so that appropriate checks and balances are strengthened. Notably, the bill brings forward recommendations from the Dame Hackett review, and it adds to progress made by the Fire Safety Act and the greater clarification of rules concerning the use of EWS1 forms. Now, on that last point, the point regarding buildings under 18 metres no longer requiring an EWS1 form, I very much welcome the written ministerial statement that was provided to the House today. I believe that whilst it is probably slightly overdue, it's extremely welcome news and it will go down very well with my constituents. Now, the bill contains many positive elements which I would have liked to have touched upon, but because of the time limit, I'm going to have to skip over those, because I do have a couple of concerns about the bill. And as my honourable friend, the member for Stevenage, first touched upon, the first of those relates to clause 124. Now, I agree with the principle that landlords must take cost recovery avenues to avoid passing on costs directly to leaseholders, given, of course, that they bear absolutely no responsibility for cladding being put on their buildings in the first place. However, there is no current legal obligation on landlords to seek cost recovery for remediation before passing them on to leaseholders. While the bill acknowledges this to be the case, it is insufficiently clear as to any potential remedy. Clause 124 stipulates that the landlord must seek other cost recovery avenues before passing these costs on. Well, what happens if they are unable to obtain such funding? What happens to the leaseholders then? What protections will be in place for them? The bill does not clarify this sufficiently. The London Fire Brigade have also highlighted a further issue which has potentially huge significance, which is that developers often open a subsidiary company when they are building new developments or refurbishing existing projects. When these projects are complete, the standard practice is for the subsidiary companies to close down, or to be closed down by the parent, and the parent company rarely retains legal liabilities for the premises that have been remediated. There is a danger that this will leave leaseholders liable for all costs resulting from negligent work by developers and their contractors. Now, having said that, Mr Deputy Speaker, I believe that these are issues that can be addressed as the bill proceeds through the House, and indeed I hope that the Minister in his closing remarks will be able to provide clarity on them today. In totality, I believe that this bill takes great strides in improving building safety, and I will be supporting it at second reading this evening, albeit with the hope that it may be strengthened as it proceeds.